Hello, my name is Samaya Townsend. I am a first year mom, student, and employee attending Owensford social work program. If you're like me, you spend a good amount of time on your phone, specifically on social media. Today I am here to discuss just how much social media has changed over the years. Once upon a time, social media would be a place where you go to unwind. Whether it was MySpace, Twitter, or Facebook, social media was used for fun. A place where you would post cute pictures of yourself and your family, laugh at memes, and see what your friends are up to. Now it seems like an agenda is being pushed on our socials. I could give you an example of from each site, but today I would like to focus on Facebook. Over the years, Facebook has become aggressive when it comes to monitoring what is said on the platform. Something as simple as a question can get you blocked for a day or 30, which leads me to ask, when did the platform become so sensitive and why? From its constant fact checking to its also constant post blocking, Facebook has made it really hard to determine what is acceptable speech and what isn't. Why is that something we have to worry about on our social media though? The world is already so political. Why do our social sites need to be? Facebook began in 2004, originally called The Facebook. It wasn't until 2008 that Facebook went public and dropped the from its name. When Facebook went public, it took the world by storm. Even today, Facebook is one of the largest social media sites with over 3 billion people using it monthly, according to Statista. It's easy to understand why it became so popular. The metaverse uses an algorithm to determine what its user likes, but it also uses that same algorithm to block what it believes to be displeasing to the user. This is a problem because not only is it blocking you from seeing ads, Facebook is blocking you from seeing your friends' posts and vice versa. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that you can use the app frequently, but for some reason you only see the same few people on your timeline? Myself, for example, I have over 4,000 friends, almost reaching the 5,000 friend count limit. But I only see the same 30 people on my timeline. And I always wondered, why is that? Well, here's the Facebook algorithm explained. Facebook scores its users off of 4 things: relevance, predictions, inventory, and signals. If you are like me, that sounds like a bit much. So I'll break it down. First, the algorithm considers inventory, which is all of the available content that could show up for a user. This includes posts from friends, content from pages, and groups that you're following. Have you ever noticed that just like your friends, you see the same content daily? Well, that's because of Facebook's inventory section. Every time you react to something, whether that's a comment, like, or even in this case, a view, their team is taking that and using it to find content that's similar. Which leads me to the predictions and signals. Once all the content has been taken into consideration, the algorithm uses thousands of signals to determine the relevance of each piece of content. These can include who posted it. Why is that important, you might add? Well, this is a problem because Facebook is not only keeping you from interacting with most of your timeline, but it's keeping your timeline from interacting with you. Another thing Facebook wants us to believe is that it is stopping the spread of misinformation. Facebook has a fact check system that has been in place since 2016. The purpose of this system would be to limit the spread of misinformation. But is that really what's happening? This is how the system is supposed to work. Once a fact checker rates a piece of content as false, altered, or partially false, or we detect it as near identical, it appears lower on the feed, on the Facebook feed. This information was pulled directly from Meta's information site. What Facebook wants us to believe is that their fact-checking system is done by bots or AI, which I'm sure is somewhat true. But there are real people behind the screens who get to determine if your post is credible or not. Thanks to a lawsuit filed in 2021 by reporter John Stossel, Facebook had to openly admit in court that their fact-checking system was based off of opinion and not really fact. Yes, you heard that right. It is easy to see why that would be a problem. Also on Facebook's transparency site, it states, fact checkers will review a piece of content and rate its accuracy. This process occurs independently from our meta and may include calling sources, consulting public data, authenticating images, videos, and more. This seems like a thorough process, but is it really? If this is all opinion-based, it's easy to see how some steps will be missed or not taken at all purposely. When a post has been reviewed, the ratings fact checkers can use are false, altered, partially false, missing context, satire, and true. When your post has been labeled, it sends the wrong idea, making your post less desirable to read. It is okay to educate us and stop the spread of misinformation, but let us do the work and decide where we went wrong. I've spent a lot of time discussing the problem, but now I want to take some time and talk about a solution. It doesn't have to be complicated. Social media should be a place where creativity and speech run free. It's time for us to decide what is acceptable and non-acceptable on our own timelines. Allow us to see all of the content and not just what the algorithm suggests. If I decide I don't want to see a specific person, I should have the ability to mute them, not Facebook. No, wait, I do. Even now, Facebook has an option that allows users to silence posts they don't want to see. Why is that though? Why isn't that enough? Why should our timelines be based on what others believe we should see? And why did fact checkers become necessary? They're not. My proposed solution is that we take back our timelines and allow everything to just happen. No more algorithms, no more fact checkers, just plain old our devices. The solution doesn't have to be complicated when it is already proven to have worked. Again, social media, Facebook specifically, did not bring in its fact-checking program until late 2016. It is now 2023, and Facebook has been operating since 2008. That is a total of 8 years without fact checkers, without algorithms, without the nonsense. So now I feel like it's up to us to take back our timelines and get back to the basics. That's what we deserve. Freedom of speech on all levels.